to the stocks, coast to coast, Crothers lighting it up. He doing the most. VV on lock, VeveVerse in the sky. Strap in, hold tight, we about to fly. Started from the grind, now we running the globe. Dan Crothers, big boss, heavy hand on the code. Had the brands in his palm, Red Cross, Hasbro. Now it's crypto storms in the blockchain go. Fast whips on the lane, no brakes, no fear. Karaoke night, spitting fire in your ear. Vision so clear, see the future in the rear. VeveVerse built, pioneers cheer. Marvel to the force, now we flipping the script. Star Wars drops, got collectors in the grip. Disney magic in the vault, make a hater slip. Digital dynasty, Dan captain the ship. Dan on a run, never missing his aim. Crypto by the ton while they chasing the fame. VV in the sun, burning hotter than flame. Crothers the one, better lock in the name. VeveVerse calling, it's a brand new state. Show your red drops, flex heavy, no fake. Hang with the squad, break bread, make steaks. Metaverse dreams that a legend creates. Blueprints tight, got the empire stacked. From the garage to the stars, no slipping the track. Blockchain rider, never falling off back. While the old world crumbles, Dan's leading the pack. Full throttle, foot down, never letting it stall. Crothers to the moon, yeah, he answered the call. Revolutions rise when the real ones brawl. VV till the end, got the game in the thrall. Dan on a run, never missing his aim. Crypto by the ton while they chasing the fame. VV in the sun, burning hotter than flame. Crothers the one, better lock in the name.
Welcome to the VeveVerse Live. What is up, Dan? How are you doing? It's good to have you here.
Hey guys, how are you? Thanks for having me here. It's a real honor, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm honored to have you. I'm gonna put you at the top. Nobody wants to look at me. It's very good to have you here. Hope you like that song. Masterroni, good to have you here too. We've got everyone here to talk about the VeveVerse. Thank you for coming here. Everyone in chat, if you do have questions, you can put them in there. I don't know if we'll get to them, but let's get started. I'm super excited that you're here, and just thinking about how amazing Veve and the VeveVerse is. I was thinking, like, you're from New Zealand. We've got Masterroni from Romania in the UK. I'm in the US. How else would this have happened?
Wow,
like,
that's
right?
so cool.
It's so cool. Like, this would not have happened anywhere else. And and now with the VeveVerse, we even have more interactions. So, like, absolutely super excited. How are you doing? Are you doing good today? Good day today?
Yeah, yep, very good. It's a Wednesday. Sorry, Thursday. Oh, my week's getting away from me already. But yeah, no, doing really good. Very excited to be on the stream with you guys. I mean, like, yeah, the stuff you've been producing is just next level. And I also want to thank you guys for, just all of the content you put out for VeveVerse, because it's very informative, and it educates people, and it also shows what you can actually achieve, like some of the stuff you guys do. I actually wonder, do you have jobs, and are you doing this 24/7?
This is my full-time job now. This is my full-time job now.
Wow, that's so cool.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, and this is pretty much what I do, so I like it. Do I get paid much for it? No, but that's all right. I still like doing it. So getting in, this might literally be the most important question that I asked tonight. Maybe most important question you've ever gotten. Vegemite or Marmite? Which
I love this. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Vegemite and Marmite are the two most popular toast spreads down here in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, I grew up on Marmite. My mum would never buy Vegemite, so now I'm like full Vegemite all the way.
Really? Oh, you're totally into the Vegemite. Yeah, I went to camp, and we had a counselor from Australia, and he brought it there. Because there's nothing better than yeast and salt. I think that, and right, it's a unique taste. All right, so there we go. That was not an important question at all. I'm going to pull up Masterroni's one of the spaces he's working on, just to have it in the background, and then I will go over some questions here. Let me go ahead and remove that. Get that onto stage. So another question, just a fun question. Favorite type of music? Maybe your favorite band? Like,
oh man, I mean, to be honest, I go through phases with music. Like I'm just sort of coming to the, I won't say coming to the end, but I've been into EDM for quite a long time. But then, I'm quite old as well. I'm almost 50, so I love 80s, I love 90s, I love 70s. All the stuff my parents were playing when I grow up. So to be honest, from week to week, like sometimes my wife will come out and be like, what is this?
Hey, it's good to have like an eclectic. Yeah, because I'm like that. I just turned 49, so F my life.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so I'm old too, but I'm like you. I like 70s. I'm all over the place and heavy metal, all that stuff. By the way, everyone, welcome to chat. Good to see everyone. I see Veve in there, of course. So speaking of music, I know that we have right now, we've got, Ron English's jukebox. I'm kind of interested, in the VeveVerse, it'd be cool to have more music, and we already have that. Like, what are the possibilities? Like, is this something that is being talked about, or what's going on with music in the VeveVerse?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the cool thing is that we've got these collectibles with utility now, like the Ron English jukebox, and you can drag the record over. So we've sort of got a foundation set up there. That the IP and licensing is quite different with music and how that works. Typically you look at the sort of the Spotify model where it's like they get paid like every time it's the song is played. So that's kind of the model that the music industry works with at the moment. So we have come up with lots of cool ideas. In fact, it was actually pre-COVID. We had a lot of really good music stuff, especially around concerts. But then of course COVID happened, and then all the concerts got cancelled. So it's an area that we've been looking into for many years now, and I think it's really just about making sure that we get the right product or a right fit. Like, is there an audience out there for somebody who wants to own a limited edition NFT of a particular soundtrack? When it's so freely available. You guys probably do. So it's really just working out what is the market opportunity there, and really trying to craft a product around it. I think ideally we'd probably want to do something that's a little bit beyond just the soundtrack itself. Okay. So we've got a few ideas, but I won't go into too many details.
You can't give us any alpha here. Fair enough. I mean, that's really cool, because I thought that the jukebox was genius. I love the idea of adding records. And then when we got the VeveVerse, I just started thinking, I know we've got like the lenticulars that play music and stuff. And, we've got artists within the community that may have songs that might be easier to put out there. So very cool. Very cool. Next kind of question, what about having like exclusive events, premieres, stuff like that within the VeveVerse? I know we're early, so I know I'm asking you questions. We're very early, and everyone needs to know this is an MVP, right? Minimally viable product. But thank God you got it out there. Really awesome for doing that. But we all Veve people like to speculate, so we want to know
really
what. Yeah, could you imagine that? We're a pain in the butt sometimes, but yeah, like premieres, exclusive stuff. You kind of got a little bit into, maybe you were going to do some of that stuff before COVID, but what does that look like, or what might it look like?
Yeah, I mean, and obviously just keep in mind that what I'm going to be talking about on the show today is my ideas for the future, whether they happen or not happen. I'm not promising anything, but I mean, the VeveVerse is a social and communal area. I mean, and it makes absolute sense that we can in the future start to set up events in there. They might start off with the show that Corey and Aaron do. Maybe they'll end up doing it from the VeveVerse, and people can be invited in, or maybe some of our artists will do talks or showcases or something like that. So events is kind of goes very naturally with the platform overall. But I think before we get there, from my perspective anyway, there's a little bit that I would want to tighten up on the technical side, and we really need to make sure that we can, we've got a lot of users in the platform, and I think I probably would want to work on making it just a little bit more accessible and simplified in a way, like before we really start bringing the masses in. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a little bit of a learning curve at the moment. Masterroni, I'm just looking in the background. I really need to add a text tool in there.
Wow, I've been asking for this for ages. I wish.
That's painstaking. Yeah. Okay. Let me add this to the list.
Luckily, I have time, so it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, events I would love to do, at some point in the future, just given the social nature of the platform, for sure.
Yeah, because it really, that's what, when the talk of the VeveVerse back in the day, it really wasn't like my gig. And then like people started talking about it, and then it came out, and like I kind of changed my mind about it. And a lot of people did, just that like you said, that social aspect. That's what we wanted, people to get in there and do different things. Now, I know, again, maybe kind of going to the back, talking, back in the past a little bit, but having, let's say, certain collectibles unlock certain areas. I know in the past, maybe have a DeLorean, get to watch Back to the Future. It kind of gets into this. Again, I know this is all speculation, this future stuff like that. But that would be really cool. And or like an amusement park, maybe an IP pays for something in there and it can be unlocked or something like that. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right?
Right.
You're in this virtual world which is designed and set up for our digital collectibles, and it makes sense that if you own a certain collectible, then you may get access to a certain area or some kind of benefit or utility from that. So again, kind of similar to what I was saying about music and events. It's really about just making sure that we get that product right, because we also want to make sure that if you're that going into that world or that space, we don't want to just have it be you just go in and look around and that's it.
Right.
So ideally we'd want to build something in there that gives extra incentive, I guess, for people who do have the key, I guess, which could be accessible or whatever.
Yeah, something that's like fun and engaging, right? We don't need something to just like look at. I mean, in my mind, I'm excited because I've seen other IPs kind of get involved. I know with the things going on in the space, things have slowed down a little bit, but I think when things pick up again, that's going to happen, and maybe IPs will be coming to you and being like, "Hey, we want to do this," and lots of exciting stuff. Now, here I'm going to take Masterroni off for just a second. Here, this was an idea that I had. I know Casey BMW was talking about this the other day on my show. Basically, the idea that I thought would be cool, kind of like the jukebox, where you could have video game system. This is, I guess, just not, I don't know how much of a question this is, but you have different video game systems from like our youth, let's say the Atari 2600 or the Nintendo. And then we'd buy the systems and then we would buy the games from Veve and get to play them in the VeveVerse, because then they would have to have the game, we could have the game, but then maybe we could go up to a big screen and play Street Fighter or something like this. Now I know this is IP driven and all of this, but man, I think this would be so cool. And let us know in chat what you think about that, if that would be something that you'd be interested in. But man, I think that would do so well in the VeveVerse.
It would be cool. I mean, even especially like having multiple people in the platform, or in the space, and then just being able to play against each other. Exactly. I mentioned on a stream the other day about I think they brought up pinball machines, and that was actually something that we've been Dave and I have been looking into for quite a long time. But again, like just having some kind of game or something in there that you can do. Right now, it's all about building and construction, and experience it. Like, I mean, the space that Masterroni had up before looks just amazing with the big pyramids and stuff. But we are going to have to continue to add that utility. So there is reasons for people to go back into spaces. So yeah, this is a cool idea. I'm not sure about the licensing or anything. Generally, it's the licensing side it's a very complicated industry overall. So a lot of people say like, oh, we didn't do this, we didn't do that, but most of the time it's we tried. we always tried.
Right. Lots of I mean, there's a lot of cool. The reason why, like, I've been thinking about this for over a year, stuff like this, is that like these IPs kind of have us. Like, we'll be like, well, I've got it on my Xbox, but I got to have it on my phone. Like, I want Pac-Man on my phone, and I want it on here, and we spend the money, especially if it's an app that's, let's say, $5 or something like that to add the whatever it is on VeveVerse. People definitely do that now. I know gamification within the VeveVerse, that's not going to happen. At least that's not right now. What about like dice, maybe some cards? I know Masterroni likes to play poker. I don't know how feasible that would be, but that wouldn't, be another brand that could be your own dice and own cards and stuff. Is that something maybe? you know?
Absolutely. In fact, I don't know who you've been talking to inside Veve, but yeah, it's a little sneak peek that yes, we are working on like a dice. It won't be like dice that you roll. It'll be something that you tap and it'll just, you know, come up with a number or something like that. Because just giving that one tool, yeah, you guys are onto it. Just giving that one tool, you know, it means people can do so many things.
Yes.
So yeah, so adding little things like that, and you know, I mean, I wouldn't say like for gamification for the future, like my goal is to have a level of gamification in there. And again, you know, coming down to the IPs, there are certain IPs that we could potentially gamify, and there are other IPs that we can't. It's just the nature of the beast. But you know, having games in there, like, you know, the Roblox model, you know, where people can go in and they can play these games, and people can even create those games. I mean, that's a very successful business model, and something that I would like to move towards in the future.
Yeah. So I'm going to take this question from later and just ask it now. So, because this is one of the things I was thinking about. And then Masterroni, I don't know if you want to get your game ready so we can show it to Dan.
Yeah, we can do.
But the question is, how involved are the IP, you know, the licensing partners with what's going on in the VeveVerse? Are some pretty engaged, or others like whatever? Just tell us what you want to do. Like, how engaged are they in this whole process?
Yeah, I mean, it varies licensor to licensor. Some of them, you know, want to really get involved and have it to be the, you know, the absolute best that it can, and they want to, you know, remodel this, you know, IP or create an environment for that specific IP. And others are more hands off, or they might be hands on, but we handle all the creative, and then they basically tell us what we can and can't do, essentially. But you know, there's a lot of support for the VeveVerse. You know, like they do see it as another whole next sort of step or next iteration of Veve. And and I guess even from their perspective, it also opens up another product line, which is, you know, accessories, like, you know, what themed furniture or wallpapers or whatever, you know, like there's a lot of stuff that we can start to look at in the future for our IPs.
Really, maybe Vegemite? Is that because I would like a Vegemite pin?
I would buy a jar of Vegemite.
I would too, right? I want to have it in my kitchen in the VeveVerse.
Yeah.
All right, so back to kind of like the gamification. So I know we've seen, and here, I'm going to pull your stuff up here, Masterroni, because I know he worked hard on this. Here, let's go pull it up. So I know like O'Milly and other streamers, and I have too. We actually had the first live hide and seek back right when VeveVerse was starting, and you actually watched the show. I feel don't do that, don't do. But yeah. So, but it's really important because it's fun. Like, it's good to look at stuff. People like to look at spaces and, like, you know, California comics and looking at those things, but this really gets that engagement. And that's what we want, is people to get engaged and be in these spaces. So what are your feelings on this? And kind of like, if there are things that you're going to do to kind of help people like Masterroni master this space so they can make better games and stuff like that? Yeah,
well, one of the reasons, and again, this is all just future stuff, but one of the reasons that we, you know, selected the partner for the VeveVerse is because it has a scripting layer on top of it. Now, obviously, you're going to have to know how to code to some degree, but, you know, this is very similar with platforms like Roblox, where you can come in and you can add scripts to certain things, and that would mean that, you know, when you are making these maze type environments, they can become a lot more interactive. You know, if you do this, then that happens. You know, so adding that sort of layer on top really provides quite an open toolkit to creators to build more interactive and richer experiences. But like I say, it's a feature that is in the platform, but, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we need to do to it in order to have it public facing in a way. But it is there, and I think once we do roll that out, you know, the creations and the interactive experiences are really going to go to the next level.
Yeah, because you can see here how hard Masterroni worked. Masterroni, you want to tell a little bit about the game and some of the stuff that you got going here? Because one of the things I think it's really cool that Veve, because he ran the game on Veve's Discord, and I think that's good. Get more people. We got to get more people into the Veve spaces, the different areas to interact. But yeah, Masterroni, tell them about the game and your thoughts, or if you have any questions or needs.
Yeah, try to develop this game for last 4 or 5 weeks, and I'm pretty excited. I think this is one of the most unique games because it's not just a maze. So it's basically you need to test your memory, and then it's pretty elaborate. And another thing, Dan, that I wanted to show you, I don't know if you're aware, but there's certain, so when you have the ground plane and you put certain materials, it becomes invisible on the other side. And then I just use this in this game that I built. So for example, when the players are on the top, obviously they can see, but me, because I need to watch them so they don't cheat, I'm on top of them. So I always watch them, but they don't see me, right?
Yeah.
So that's it.
Somebody
Yeah.
asked me about God mode the other day.
God
God mode is, and Masterroni is the one with God mode.
Yeah,
So,
and imagine
yeah,
people trying to cheat. Right.
Yeah, last time actually I didn't pay attention. So when we first played it, because I needed a lot of beta testers for this game, it's probably quite elaborate. So they actually cheated. So I needed to wait at the beginning because they went in the path and then they started flying instead of going through it. You know what I mean? Because I put the arrows. So basically, if you take the wrong door, you just die basically. So I kind of invented a respawn system where if you take the wrong door, you just die. So then you are forced to literally, you are forced to go under the map, which this is my favorite part of the game. We are forced to go under the map and then literally respawn, and then I put an invisible wall, right? And then you just respawn and you die, and you are forced. Obviously, you're not allowed to fly in this game. So yeah, there's clues everywhere. So for example, if you take this path, it's gonna tell you here some clues with you from the beginning, and then you need to go at the beginning, and you have certain clues. And then if you look for the clues, you're gonna find out the square is the path that you need to take, right? And you take the path, and that's the correct path, and you go to the next level. It's pretty collaborative. I can talk a lot about it, but yeah, I'm pretty proud of this game.
Yeah,
and I can actually.
Even just the level itself looks amazing, and then the gameplay on top of that is, I mean, it's amazing job.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and being like, I can barely make a box in the and he does all this stuff. I know he had some extra time in all of that. And yeah, I don't want to get too much into the premium features because you went over that with mains on the Collectors Hub. But a lot of these features we're going to eventually have access through the premium stuff. My big thing is that the stream deck. Is that going to be something coming fairly soon?
The stream boards.
Yeah, sorry, stream boards, not stream deck, not my right.
Yeah. So the stream boards is something that I would love to get in there. We just have to be a little bit careful of, again, having sort of IP that shouldn't be in there. I mean, it just, we as a business, we have to be very careful and very respectful because we do work and exist in the licensing and IP space. So, if you were in there and you were playing a movie or something like that, are there implications for the? Oh man, that is so cool, Masterroni! Wow,
this is insane.
Yeah,
look at that.
That's awesome. So yeah, all of that streamboard functionality is there, and it is amazing. You could do, we could be doing this stream from inside the VeveVerse while running around it out with our avatars.
Exactly.
So it's all there, but we just need really right now. The main thing is optimizing the platform, getting the mobile app prepared and rolled out, and then after that is really when we can start diving into some of these cool features.
Yeah, because I didn't even think about it. I mean, you just let 1,000 people or 10,000 people have access to that, and it would be trouble. I guess one of the ways around it, you could have something that's pre-recorded that somebody could go through and vet before it goes on there. That way it could premiere in VeveVerse, because I'd love to be able to do eventually some type of live stream, but it's a very good point. Like even you could accidentally on YouTube, I've done it before, accidentally played a song or somebody came on and bam, I get like a strike or something, or a warning or something like that. Yeah,
exactly.
totally.
That's why I say, the licensing is a fairly complex space, and we work and know these licenses and IPs very, very well. So we don't want to do anything to upset that relationship or upset that balance, and we just have to be careful as a business.
Absolutely. All right, so I have a few other stuff that we're going to do, Masterroni, in just a bit, but kind of wanted to know, and again, I know some of these questions get asked plenty of times, but the core vision behind the VeveVerse, what is it? Like, we know what it is now, where is it going to be in a year, 3 years? But what's the core vision behind the VeveVerse? Because I know this is your baby and it's evolving. So
the core vision has always been the playground for your digital collectibles, and the first iteration of that was the virtual showrooms, which were obviously, as you guys know, are very, very limited in comparison to what we've got now. And it's fun to own the digital collectible, to be able to view it in 3D, view it in AR. But really, the VeveVerse is where you can do anything you want with them. Well, maybe not anything, but a lot more. I mean, it's like, you can see from behind me, like, I love to set up my collectibles, like I swap them out every now and then. And it's David and I, our mission was always to bring that same experience from the physical world into digital. And the VeveVerse is just that next iteration where you can go and set up your own showrooms, or you can do cool things like you guys are doing. So that's always been sort of the core vision behind it. Very simple, very clean. It's just a playground for you with the digital collectibles and digital content that you own.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. And then, like, where do you see this maybe in 5 years? I mean, basically, I think you kind of talked about the things that you want. And I think once more adoption into this space, NFTs, digital collectibles, that's going to open up, because literally it could be next month if a billion people loved NFTs and all that stuff, the IPs would be coming at you to do all this stuff. But in reality, it's probably, we're still kind of a little early, for some of this stuff. What's your vision then? 5 years, 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, my main vision really is that, I mean, we've got all of the fundamentals in place for the VeveVerse, the creation tools. We want to add the interactivity, all of that kind of, all those kind of features. But really, it's about having these bigger spaces, bigger worlds that are more public, having interactive experiences in there, being able to have a full IP experience, like, go into an IP world and do stuff in there. And I guess just in terms of the actual platform itself, I want to do a lot of simplification to the UI and how you do things. Like, you guys are putting in probably the hardest time of Veve to put stuff together. And ideally we want to make that a lot more simple. So yeah, just these bigger worlds, and really giving somebody their own place in the virtual world. So many industries have gone digital, everything from video to books to meetings, everything. And it's inevitable that digital collecting is going to hit mainstream. I mean, we went through, the hype cycle where NFTs were the biggest and best thing. Right. And then after the hype cycle, there's always a natural dip. Like this is a formulaic thing that happens with new technology, and then it rises back up into mainstream. And so we're sort of starting to come up that slope now. There's a lot less negative talk around NFTs. So it's inevitable. I mean, obviously both David and I are extremely bullish on the industry as a whole. And we're 100% here for the long run. And that's why, we just keep grinding, keep building away, even though the market is down a little bit at the moment. It's just, we just got to keep stay the course.
And you're doing an amazing job. And even, I know this is mostly VeveVerse stuff, but like even on drops and everything, just working with, edition sizes and changing things up, IPs, all that, churning is really good. Just keep trying everything, and it's looking really, really good. Masterroni, anything else that you wanted to add about your game? Any questions, anything you're looking for?
I don't know. I just want to ask Dan if he likes it, what he thinks about it.
I mean, to be honest, man, anything you create looks amazing. Like even this glass sort of textured wall, like it just creates such a vibe. You know, you walk in there and it's like, wow, it's amazing. So and yeah, just the gameplay. Please invite me. I'll give you guys a quick insight into one of the features that we have coming. Is one of the things we're going to be working on next is public space access. So this is something that is already kind of built into the platform. We need to make a few changes, add some rules in there, you know, to make sure that it's you know, so probably no video, maybe no audio. Like we just have to be careful, you know, like if people go in there and they start being malicious, we need to have those kind of protections in place. But it would be awesome to have stuff like this as a public link, you know, so people can create their own worlds, and it just means anybody can go in and have a look at it.
Yeah, because you saw, Big A was talking about the space. I know you talked about on collector stuff. That we tried that the first day we came in, and we got 12 people. But it was still kind of fun to have people come in and interact in that space. So lots of fun. And as far as the collectibles, like I was really in the VeveVerse. Everyone said, "Oh my God, the collectibles look so much better." I didn't believe them. I'm like, why? Why would they look better? But they do. Like, what was behind them looking better even in the VeveVerse than I even expected, but better than even on the app? Like, you know.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate you saying that, because, you know, we put a lot of effort into the collectible creation. Maybe with Electra aside.
Poor Fromy.
And I mean, the thing is, like, when we create the collectibles, we always try to do them at the highest quality possible. And with the things like a mobile app, I mean, like a phone device only has a certain amount of power, you know, that we can pull from. So we do have to sort of down res and downscale. And obviously it's a smaller screen as well, so you're not getting that same sort of resolution. But then when the VeveVerse comes out, you know, it's desktop powered, so we've got all that CPU power, and it means that we can ramp up the quality of the collectibles overall. And you can actually see when we create it, like the detail in the face, the detail in the textures, like all of that stuff has been there from the beginning. And we made a real strong stance to build our collectibles the best we can from the very beginning, because technology is only going to get better overall. Exactly. You know, I mean, eventually, you know, I won't say eventually, but like, you know, being able to use platforms like Unreal Engine, for example, where, you know, like real-time rendering is almost photorealistic. Like our collectibles will look amazing in that type of environment. And I know that in the future, it is only going to get better and better. So that's sort of the main reason, you know, why they look so much better on the VeveVerse.
I didn't even, that makes complete sense. Now, what happens? You know, we went from you know, regular DVDs to Blu-ray and then 4K Blu-ray. So what happens in the future? Have the IPs given you the flexibility if you want to, you know, make them look better? Is that even a process that can happen? How does that work?
I mean, depending on the licensor, we will send them multiple assets for review. So it'll always be the high quality. I mean, there's always process, you know, right throughout where they have review at every sort of step. And so they often see like the final asset rendered in high quality in Unity off a desktop, so they see what it looks like. And then we also show them what it looks like in app and in augmented reality. So they understand it, and really they know that the quality of the collectibles is very, very high, and it is just going to improve in the future. But ultimately they have signed off and approved on those high quality assets. It's just the device you're viewing it on is dependent on how detailed it's going to look.
It's the limiting factor, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly,
since we're talking about it, and again, I know you just came out, I think it was yesterday, with an update about the mobile app. And you're going to kind of have, I guess, like a beta testing group to make sure that it's going to work. Makes complete sense. You're not going to be able to do like this would blow up your phone if Masterroni.
This one it'll just give you a message saying space is too big.
It says,
will you be able to change the settings on it, like performance, quality, and stuff like that?
We do have that built in already, but it actually comes down to the amount of memory. Like rendering quality is only about the performance. Like if I look left or right, just how smooth it is. But every object that you have in the space takes a part of memory. And devices only have a certain amount of memory. So it's more than likely that we'll bring out some pre-built spaces like we did, like the Villa and the OG showroom, that are going to be a lot smaller. Like, I don't know, maybe a cool New York loft or something like that. That'll be a lot smaller and just designed to, to place your collectibles, in there. But then if you want the full-on experience, then you can go to desktop. However, one of the technologies that I am keeping a very close eye on is basically interactive streaming. And what that would mean is that the VeveVerse itself will actually be rendered on a game server somewhere on AWS or whatever, and then it's just streamed to your phone. So it means it doesn't take up any memory. It's actually the computer that is on the cloud that is doing all of the rendering. And as long as you've got a reasonably quick internet connection, you'll be able to run around, and it's almost seamless, but the graphic quality, everything will improve. So those are the kind of future forward things that we're looking at as to how can we, number one, make it more accessible. So you don't have to download an app, you don't have to have a specific device. You can basically stream it anywhere.
That's super exciting. When we found out, or at least when I found out about the mobile app, I think it's a really good idea because there are so many people that just don't have computers. Like in the US, like everyone pretty much has computers. Our kids get the Chromebooks and all that, but that's not like that all over the world. And this is a world company, right? Digital Collectibles for the world. And, so that's going to give people that access that maybe they didn't have before. I just wonder, on the mobile app, is there a way that you could, kind of like Masterroni was saying, instead of having the full object, is there a way to have it so dumbed down, or I don't know the right word for it, where it just looks like a stick figure, but then you could put it there. That way, when you got to a PC, you could see it full, but you could actually really build it all on your phone if you wanted to. That might be too hard, but
yeah, I mean, there's a number of ways. I mean, you're right on the money, and that's basically how these games work. I was explaining on the Collector's Hub the other day that there's, like, most gaming platforms like this, or real-time 3D environments, use a system called LOD, which is level of detail. And so when you're looking at an object, like a collectible, right up close, you're seeing the highest quality version of that collectible. But if that collectible is way off in the distance, it's down-resed big time. Because you don't need to see all the pores and all that stuff. So those are the kind of techniques that game developers and 3D environment developers use to save memory. It's all about memory, and unfortunately there's not too much memory on the phone devices, but that's essentially happens already. But if you look at, like, an average phone device might have 2 gigs of memory, and you've got one collectible, like a high detail collectible might be 50 to 80 megs, and then you've got the environment as well. So there's quite a lot of sort of massaging there, which is why I've always said up front, the mobile version is not going to be as expensive as this, but it'll still give you that same experience that you can have on the desktop version.
Yeah, I'm just excited because I don't have to go downstairs to my PC to do it. I can pretend like I'm hanging out with a family while I'm making my VeveVerse on the phone. That's a good. I just tell the wife, right. So yeah, I'm excited about that. All right, Masterroni, Masterroni has a space that he's been working on. Do you want me to pull you off real quick, Masterroni, or can you go to that?
No? Yeah, you can pull me off.
Yeah, let me pull him off real quick so we don't dox him or anything. But so he's working on a space for somebody, and I know a lot of people have been doing this, or some people have. The VeveVerse economy. I saw Sanjay's in here. I know he's been talking about it. I think this is, like, super exciting. Just let me know when you're ready, Masterroni. I'll pull it up. So he's gotten permission to show off the space, and it seems to be working well. He said he quit his day job so he could do this.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's my part-time job, actually. Yeah, I did quit it.
Yeah, that's amazing that he can do that, and that people are making this into more than just maybe what even you expected. what's your feelings about that, and what can you do to help somebody like Masterroni, build and do this? What do you think?
I mean, David and I, we always knew that there was a creator economy around the VeveVerse. I mean, the fact that it happened so quickly was, sort of beyond our expectation. But I think it adds so much on so many different levels. It means that, the tools that everybody has can now be used to create content or create stuff that people want to purchase or hire services, for example. That other community members can take advantage of, because in Veve we've only got a certain amount of resources. So having people out there in the community creating stuff for other people is huge. Wow, this looks just stunning.
This is insane, and it hasn't even loaded fully. I probably put them up.
It's not that big yet. I still didn't finish it, but I guess it's good enough so I can showcase it for now. It's funny because this space. So my client, I don't know, Dan, will remember when one of the first videos you released when you showcased that vehicle, that Lambo. I think he was inside of your house. Remember?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, my client was like, "Oh, I'm something like that." I was like, "I got you," but I think I made it better. So I'm gonna show you in a second. So yeah, I tried to kind of copy that, but not really. We'll see now.
It looks like you've done a way better job than I did.
It just blows me away that the creativity and yeah, this is just nuts that they did this with just shapes, right? Like just lines and
And if you are a creator, like it's they say that if you're an artist and you're painting or whatever, you just go into the zone. And I find I get that when I'm creating or building in the VeveVerse as well. Like it's just so much fun being creative and getting in there. Wow, look at, man, this is way more of a modern villa than the pre-furnished or partially furnished. Gosh.
I mean, he's shown me.
I like to use leather as a water. Sometimes, like if I want to do a pool that doesn't move too much, I use the leather and I just animated it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
We were doing VeveVerse Live. This was probably like a month ago, and I'm like, hey, maybe could you do like day night? Could you have? And he's like, oh yeah, we'll just move the skybox around and do that. And he did it within seconds, and it was like that's absolutely look at that.
God, it's stunning. Like I've said on many streams, like Masterroni, you should have been like an architect or something.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Even had that guy swimming. Now he's just dead. He's unalived in the pool. But
at least he's floating up the right way.
Right. I think it's great, and I know a lot of people. He's gone into other people's spaces and like changed the water for them. So people are just, if you're in chat, you're going to be able to do it. It's just going to be a premium feature that you're going to get some of these stuff, because Masterroni was a beta tester, and boy, that was a smart choice. He's doing a really good job.
The funny part is that these comics are not even mine.
You're right.
So going back to the creator economy. I mean, my vision for long term is, that you can create a space and then you can sell that space. You could create an object and then group all of those objects together as one object, and then be able to sell that or give it away or whatever. Like there are so many cool assets that people create in the VeveVerse already. Wouldn't it be cool if you could just put that up on a marketplace somewhere? Exactly. There's quite a lot of work involved in that, so it's not something that's going to happen overnight. But just the fact that you guys are almost doing this outside of the platform already, it just demonstrates that there's a demand for it. I mean, I'm kind of gutted now that I didn't book Masterroni in early. I don't know what the
okay. This is it. There you go.
Oh wow, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, this, I've got to say, this is one of my favorite vehicles in the VeveVerse. It just,
wow, look how good it looks too.
Yeah,
the
just
shiny
light on it. Yeah,
it almost looks like a proper car showroom, right?
I made this sofa the other day, pretty detailed. I made a new material with the leather and stuff, and it looks pretty cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
and I made my own curtains also.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
People asking for curtains, but I made my own. I made it in this room also. I think they
Yeah, I
look
heard
pretty
somebody
good.
asking about that, and then I'm like, well, wait, Masterroni already made he already made curtains or like that's just crazy. He was showing me how he did it, and just the thinking behind it just blows my mind. I couldn't even.
Yeah, it's very creative. Because what are they? Just all stretched cubes on an angle, or?
No, they are the spheres, and then I made a glass and I put a material on them.
Right.
So it's just a sphere.
It looks very effective, and I like that you've also, it's not all uniform, so it looks very
Yeah. I made them like a bit crooked and like not perfect, and then it looks more realistic.
Wow. Yeah, very cool. So
and then I used what is it called, like the wallpaper material, so it can give you like a more interesting material.
So it's got a
and
nice
then there's a lot of things that I came up, quote unquote, invented. Not really invented, but if you play with materials, you always came up with cool stuff. And then I made basically my client likes XRP, like the crypto, and I made this is the XRP house. So I just made like XRP logo here outside and inside. So I was speaking with him today, and he was pretty happy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk. I need I hopefully I haven't. I'm not going to have to wait too long on the waiting list. But it looks so amazing. Yeah.
Definitely get Masterroni on that list to help with all this. I mean, it's he blows my mind. Oh, you want me to take you off? So he just doxed himself. I'm just kidding. If you have another space to bring up, go ahead and pull that up. All right. So here's one of the questions I have, and I actually see Ronnie Lido in here. I don't know if you know Ronnie Lido, but he's an artist. He does murals. He does really amazing stuff. And one of the things I was thinking about, speaking of the creator economy, is having spaces for somebody like him where he could sell digital collectibles. Like he could have a 101, his art, he could have a showroom, right? Like he'd say, I'm going to premiere my stuff in a showroom, maybe even sell a digital and send you a physical, whatever. But there's so many talented people on Veve that might want to do that. Is that something possible? Because it's his own IP, right? It's his own thing. Is that something that could happen? Is that because I'm sure Ronnie would like to get stuff, and I can tell you there are plenty of people that would be out there to be ready to buy his stuff. So what do you think about that? Like, stuff like that.
I mean, there's potential that something like that could go into a marketplace. I probably have to have a little bit more thought into, if sort of anybody can just put their work up there. There are a bunch of different avenues that we can take if we go down that sort of path. But I absolutely agree in the sense that, even with California Comics, like, for them to be able to set up their showroom, they change out the comics each week, and you can go in there and, you could click on it, and within the VeveVerse, it would launch Veve, and then you could basically just purchase it. So it's, the creator economy side of things has a lot of potential. Wow, man, that depth of field just looks so good.
This looks really good.
Yeah, it's just.
I use it all the time. It's amazing.
Oh, you're robot man. We figured it out actually. So when you do StreamYard, he has to go in and turn echo on and echo off. Go ahead and talk. He's got
my check.
Yep, sounds good. I can't afford this in Veve or in real life, so that's awesome. Actually, the prices come down.
Yeah, that depth of field just looks stunning.
So good. Now I'm rethinking about buying that. I need to. That looks really good. I know I've seen it in your stuff, Dan. So definitely very cool there. So you actually mentioned something I wanted to go over, but like being able to go in there and buy Veve stuff would be awesome. Like California Comics, being able to just click on something takes you over. Is that easy to do? That doesn't sound like something very easy to do. So,
I mean, that is the issue with most functionality. It's often not that easy to do, but there are some simple things that we can do. Like, I think there's a feature for Unity that will allow you to open up a browser window within a Unity environment. So it would be more something along those kind of lines. But we would have to sort of set things up in a way that, when you clicked it, it triggered this or it did that. And then if it was sold, what happened. So there's a whole bunch of what we call edge cases. Like there's the main thing, go and buy it. Cool, done. But then there's what about this? What about that? What happens if this? And so those are the kind of features that, once we get, the platform really stable to the point we want, we get through this optimization phase, get the mobile app out. There's the problem is I wish I had 100 developers, because there's so much cool stuff that we could potentially add in.
I think a lot of people lose the fact that, let's say, Meta couldn't do this on $5 billion, and here Veve is doing it here. Like, you got to realize this stuff is time consuming, it's super expensive, and I think it's just amazing that you got this out. You finally got it out, and we have it here, and it's looking good. Like I said, it wasn't really my gig before, but I cannot wait to see where this goes, because it's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, one of the questions I kind of had, and Maine said he wasn't able to ask because he had a lot of questions. How do you plan to like push and market the VeveVerse, like other than what you're doing now, and affiliate marketing and stuff like that? What's the plan? Because I realize you're trying to get this to be most optimal before maybe you do a lot of marketing, but what's the plan look like?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a number of different ways that we can actually promote the VeveVerse. I mean, one option is so the primary pathway is basically, even if it's a new user, let's say you like Star Wars, you see a Veve ad, you buy the collectible, you look at it in AR, and then we say, hey, you can build your own Star Wars showroom, right? That's the core path. Outside of that, we are looking at ways where people could start using the VeveVerse that may not be a Veve fan or Veve member at the present time. And the idea behind that is because it's a super fun world builder. Like if you love building, I mean, even if you like spatial or any of these sort of 3D worlds, it's such a fun way to do it. And so the idea is that we advertise it just as a 3D world builder. And then through there, you get involved in the community. They're like, how's that guy got a Batman, a Todd 100 in his thing? And then they sort of start getting onboarded to Veve. So there's a number of options around that sort of side of it that we're looking at as well. But, really at the end of the day, our core focus, for the foreseeable future is really about new user acquisition. Really getting out there in front of, and that's why we have, like Corey and Aaron and the marketing team do such a good job getting people like Jay Lee. Those guys are so famous, so popular around the world, and it's just ways that we can introduce this new type of collecting to a collector audience. So getting the people in, and then the natural pathway is, like I say, go in, you buy, you use the other features, and then you end up in the VeveVerse.
That's actually a really good idea. That was my thinking with like gaming, where you kind of trick people, and then they're like, all of a sudden, oh, well, I can buy this, for a skin or whatever. That's kind of where I see this whole space going. That's why I love this stuff. Cause I do think with like Fortnite and all these, the money people pay for stuff and they don't really own it. They can't they can't sell it or trade or whatever. It's going to be huge. And I just wonder when that it's going to jump, where it could happen at any moment, right? This big jump, but marketing like that sounds really, really good. What would you say basically differentiates you from some of these other like sandbox metaverse platforms? I know there's a lot of stuff coming out, which I think is actually really good. It seems like all of a sudden there's these other platforms, which means there's a need. There's people want this. So I think that's actually really good for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's always good to see other platforms like this, and even other NFT projects. It has been, the industry has been tough for the past couple of years. And obviously we always, David and I talk to a lot of the other business owners in the space, and it has been hard for them, obviously. Yeah. It is always encouraging to see, like when the tide rises, everybody benefits. And I'm myself personally 100% sold that this is going to be a big part of the future of collecting overall. But to go back to your question, in terms of the differences, I'll say there's quite a bit from my perspective. I mean, number one, graphic fidelity. Like it's, you know, because a lot of our collectibles, we try to make them look realistic and as best as they can. It means that the world we put them in also has to have some sort of realism or realistic look. So, you know, even compared to, you know, Meta, for example, you know, the graphic fidelity is very high. Also the, you know, social tools, there's a lot of, you know, you can text, you've got your co-presence within the environment, you've got video, audio. I mean, these are sort of the core basis for all of the social tools. Thirdly would be customization. You know, obviously you guys can come in and do whatever you want in these spaces. A lot of the worlds that have come out previously are one single big giant metaverse. And I think that works in certain circumstances, but really a future of a whole lot of tiny microverse, or not tiny, but microverses that you can port between or travel between, opens up so much more possibility. I mean, you might even just in the future just be able to jump from space to space to space just to have a look around. What else was there? Obviously, we have the world's top IPs in there.
I think that's the big, right? That's the biggest, right?
Yeah. And you know, lastly, there's a lot of growth potential for Veve. You know, like there's so many different ways that we could expand out, even potentially, you know, like we spoke about earlier, like, you know, having events or, you know, some form of gamification in there, and even adding things like that creator economy. So I think there's a lot of growth potential on top of what we've released now as the MVP.
Yeah, for sure. That creator economy, just like even with like Grand Theft Auto 6 that's going to be coming out, being able to make your own server. It's the same type of idea. Like people like that, to be able to make their own spaces and stuff like that. Just as far as IPs in here, I mean, is Veve open? I don't know if you know Off the Grid. I saw DigitalVerse talking about it. You know, Off the Grid is kind of one of those little sneaky games where it's got the crypto and it's got the NFTs in it. If a game came to Veve and said, we want to sell some stuff on Veve that can be used in our game, is that something that's even possible? You know, I don't know how all this works, but
yeah, I mean, it's the way I see that the sort of the gaming industry, as you alluded to just earlier, is you know, like if you grind like I did back in the day, if you grind for weeks or months in World of Warcraft and you get these special items, like wouldn't it be awesome if they were NFTs and then, you know, you could sell them in the future? So I think there is going to be a cross section coming of, you know, these sort of digital elements inside games. At the moment, the game companies obviously make a ton of money doing what they're doing, so there's no point. So I think it's going to probably come from more of a groundswell from the users saying, well, you know, I was looking 2 months for that, and I grinded my way to the top, and so I think it will switch to becoming, you know, that people can actually gain financially from this stuff in the future.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, that's sort of my thoughts
with that. And I know this is not necessarily Veve. I did see that Veve released the Stormtroopers right before we went on. Very excited. Are those going to be in the VeveVerse right away? Do you know if those are going to be?
They might be. There might be a little bit delay of a few days on those ones. I'll probably have to check with production on that. Yeah, it's just like I said, we're just doing a bit of work on the actual assets themselves at the moment, on the optimization side, and there's a bit of a backlog there. But those things look amazing.
They look insane, like literally. Yeah, Masterroni and I were looking at them right before we came on. I'm like, I can't believe they just released this right before we go on because I want to look at it.
Yeah.
Very excited.
They're basically just they're replicas. They're so detailed.
Yeah, they look. I mean, I was blown away because I've seen a lot of the stuff and stuff looks good, but it just things keep getting, you know, better and better. What about, and I don't know how much time you have left, but, you know, one of the things that I've talked about on the show was it would be awesome. I don't know if you can bring back the green truck, you know, or something like that, but a green truck. What about a green truck drop, like a digital thing with a phygital? We will pay. I promise you, we will pay the money. We'll pay for the shirt. We'll pay for the digital collectible.
Yeah.
But there's so many of your own IPs, and even I know we can go to Ready Player Me to go buy, to get close for free. But if you had a drop where we could get some specialized stuff that's very rare, I think that's like an avenue that would be great, where it's just super limited. I don't know if it matters how much it costs. It would have to be worth it for Veve. But what are your thoughts on that? Because I know people would love it.
Yeah. In fact, you're not the first person to mention that we should do a green truck drop.
Okay.
parked out front. Yeah. So I mean, we're open to it. We have looked at at our own IP stuff. I mean, especially with VeveVerse coming out. There's so many different environments. That we can create. That aren't necessarily IP related. So it is something that we can look into. But yeah, let me have a think about the green truck. That might be that might be quite a cool job.
Yeah, every time I mention it, there's just so many IPs, and I know a lot of people want to have like limited edition, only 100 out there, kind of one of those old school drops that we used to have, where it's just impossible to get, but if you get it, you're really excited. And I know the green truck. What is there? Again, I didn't know how much time. I know they said we had about an hour.
Yeah,
I don't
probably got another maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Perfect. Let me go to Masterroni real quick and make sure. Do you have any other questions, or did you want to quickly show them something in this space that you're on? Any other questions for you?
Not really. I was just curious how the vehicle driving in the VeveVerse is looking, and if you guys are working on it.
Yes,
and I have heard some rumors about it.
Yeah. We have definitely been looking into it, just about how to translate it. Obviously, it's quite a different experience from what you do in AR now, where you've got the joysticks. But it is something that we're looking into. Like I've said from the very early days, something I would love to have, and I'm not saying or promising this is going to happen, but to have like a cool racetrack world.
Yeah.
Where I can go let's go pink slips.
Yes.
My number 41 Lamborghini Miura versus your whatever.
I like to hear that, because there's so many people that want that.
yeah. So something like that would be cool. Yeah. And again, there are licensor implications involved in those kind of conversations. But I think the thing about the VeveVerse is that we're here at sort of the ground level, and there's so far we can go so far with it. There's so many opportunities in the future as we expand it and evolve the platform, based on what people are wanting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're always telling you. We will tell you what we want all the time and be a pain in the butt. Any final words from you? I really appreciate you coming here. This is like amazing to me. I never thought. Oh, one quick question. Do you know who Johnny French is? He doesn't know who Johnny French is.
It rings a bell.
That's my alter ego. It's my yeah, don't worry about it. I was just kidding. I was just kidding. Any final words from you before you go? And again, I really appreciate you coming here and talking to everyone. But yeah, where do you want to leave us with the VeveVerse?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. To be honest, I love talking about the VeveVerse. It's been my life for the past years. So I think number one, again, I just want to reiterate to you guys, thanks so much for all the content that you do. And I do watch all your videos. When I'm working, I've got it playing on my laptop.
I hope you're silent, but
it's just interesting for me to hear what you guys are doing, what your thoughts are, what you find challenging, and then because I can then start to prioritize things like a text tool, for example. Right. I don't know how hard that is, but
please.
Yeah. But yeah, I really just want to say, thanks to everybody who has, got engaged with the VeveVerse and created their own worlds. And, I really enjoy seeing all the videos and just the things that people create, it's so creative when, for me, for example, I can't draw in 2D, but in 3D, I can put together really cool stuff, especially if all of the models are already there. And it's amazing just to see the creativity that's coming out of it. So yeah, just a big thanks to everyone for all their support. And of course, as always, if you do have feedback, there's the blue button at the bottom, feedback button at the bottom of our website. All of that stuff does get filtered through to our system, which basically spits out a report that we look at. So yeah, I mean, again, just thank you very much for all your support.
Yeah, and thank you again for coming on. I'd love to have you on again at some point where it's not just me throwing questions. Maybe we're just hanging out on the doing something fun, like something or watching you do whatever. But we could worry about that in the future. Again, thank you for coming here. Really appreciate your time. Appreciate it. And until next time, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good day. And don't leave in chat because we've got a giveaway. And I appreciate everyone here. Sorry if I didn't get through all the chat. But yes, maybe we're going to get that green truck. So how are you feeling, Masterroni? I think you did a good job. I'm freaking blown away by the game with you making people respawn, you know, instead of just cheating.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
It's a cool idea. Cool. Actually, they still cheated, but you just need to be careful.
Right. I mean, look, imagine people cheating. I mean, anything to win. Okay. So while we're waiting here, I do want to pull this up and let me know in chat. Yeah, thank you. You know, hopefully I got to some questions that people wanted. Hopefully I don't get rugged here. I don't know if the stream got rugged during that whole thing because I wasn't really looking, but hopefully it worked out. But what I do want to look at, we got to pull this up, is this. Hold on. I'm going to take you off for a second, all right? Because I got to pull this up. I can't. We gotta look at this. But while we're waiting, I'm also going to pull up my StreamYard giveaway. We're going to do that giveaway for a digital collectible. Actually, I got to put in giveaway. My Stream Deck is not working. So I got to pull this up. Let me know how you think it went. Did I ask all the questions that you wanted? I know there were a lot of questions, obviously very specific to the VeveVerse. I started getting through the questions a little bit faster than I thought. So then I had to kind of move on. Normally you don't. With these, normally you don't, but he was very good. Go ahead, Masterroni.
No, you did good.
Well, you did good too.
Thank you.
It's nice to get to see your spaces and you get the credit that you're due, because it blows my mind. And to see him, like those little things that you don't even think about, like drapes, right? Or blinds or whatever. And you just said, screw it, I'm going to figure this out. This is what I want. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to use leather texture to make that. Like, my brain does not work like that. Probably Ronnie Lido's does, but yeah, definitely very cool. Plus, I did get to ask him this question, super important for you. I never asked you, Ronnie, Vegemite or Marmite?
I don't even think I tried both of them. I probably tried Marmite, but it just tastes very bad.
I looked the calories.
Most of the times I'll say I don't know. You keep asking me if I tried things that I probably never tried.
Never tried. I mean, the first time I had this, I spit it out. It was not good. But as Ben told me when I asked him this question, he's like, I had the wrong Marmite, because there is one made in New Zealand, because it's really big in the UK, right? So, but that's the sanitarium actually brought it there like over 100 years ago. So it's delicious. Like I said, who doesn't like a gelatinous yeast extract with a lot of salt? I mean, Pac-Man obviously likes it. All right, back to Star Wars. All right, let's do this. Let me pull up the giveaway tool, and we're going to go ahead and make sure I get the right one. We've got to put in hashtag this person. Boy, I'm so glad Dan came on. Super excited about that. Never thought it would happen. I'm going to pull this up real quick here. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I pull it up, these are the rules for the contest, everything, the giveaway. If you actually want to know the full rules, please look in the description. I have them in there. Remember, if you won in the last 30 days, you cannot win again. I like to keep it fair. Otherwise, you're good to go. So let's go ahead and watch this and get ready to enter.
It's time to join the Veve Digital Collectible Giveaway. If you haven't won in the last 30 days, this is your chance to wrap something amazing. Don't miss out. Good luck.
And there you go. Hashtag Dan, everyone. Get entered in. Win that digital collectible from Veve. I can't win any. I don't win these. I think I won something once, but go ahead and get that in there while we're waiting. Let's go take a look at the Star Wars stuff. And by the way, Masterroni, I screwed up. I screwed up on the time, so I apologize, everyone. Kind of sucks. Probably hurt the viewership because of the timing, but I was glad to have it. But Masterroni, what is it like? 3 in the morning? It's not quite 3 in the
No, no,
morning.
it's fine. It's one. I'm a bit sleepy, but it's fine. I'm still. I had a like crazy amount of coffee today. I had like 2 coffees, 2 double espressos, 2 energy, like probably like 3 energy. Is crazy. But I
Well,
had a
don't
nap,
die on
so I'm
us.
fine.
Don't
Yeah.
die on us. By the way, I see Pooski and Kryptoni, all members of the channel. Good to see you guys. And thank you for being members. Really appreciate that. Ronnie Lido, of course. First person to type the number 8 gets my entry as their win. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Thank you, Veve Magic, for that for us. Appreciate it. Let me give you my little bit here. This is all I have for thank you right now. Thank you. Really appreciate the support. And yeah, definitely. All right. So like it was truthful right before we came on because Masterroni's like, are they going to release the Star Wars stuff? We're going to get something. I'm like, I hope they don't do it today.
I had a feeling.
And he had a feeling, and he was right. And I'll tell you what, I don't see KCBMW in chat right now, but I think this is good. Now, look, I know there's a lot, but it's $10. So if you just want one, you want to take a shot, you like to gamble a little bit, it's there. We've got the chasers, the comment, the special editions, and we got a couple. So, I mean, these look really good, and I think people are going to go for them. Lots of good, minty, fresh numbers in there. I almost don't even want to cover the drop, which, of course, I will. But it's going to be hard for me to get any of those mints. That's going to be really difficult. But, yeah, lots of chases, and then finally a secret rare in there. So this is a great first drop. Let me know what you think about that, what you think about this, but I think it looks good. I'm excited. It's a good first start to bring in May month, Star Wars month. Let's go back to the giveaway tool. We got 22 entries. 22 entries. There's KCBMW. There you are, buddy. You got it. We got it. We got the drop we wanted. Let's see. 10, man. You better take my money. Right. Like, I don't know. What about you, Masterroni? Are you going to buy multiples? Which I might buy 10 of these in the store.
You have a lot of gems. I don't know. I'm not that rich.
I mean, I don't think I have a lot.
Gotta be selective.
I do too.
Yeah,
That's my problem.
I'm saving my gems for Mandalorian. See how it goes. But it's always on the market. I'm sure sooner or later I'm gonna buy these stormtroopers.
Yeah, you'll be able to go in. Maybe I won't be. I was very slow. For what?
It should be below 10 gems, right, in the market. Think so?
Yeah, can Majin win? I think he could. No, he still can't win. It's too early, but it would be funny. And if he wins again, I'm never using this damn tool again. I'm never. It's just weird how if you've won before, it seems like you get a better chance. I don't. It's the Oompa Loompas in the system. I don't get it. All right, hashtag Dan. Does anyone else want to enter? I mean, there we go. Jay Green, what's going on? Entering. Get that in. Yes, so they're around retail. I just think that this could do really well. And again, at 10 gems, I want to prove them that this can be the right price, right? I don't know if it will sell out. Maybe it will. Probably will. I don't know for sure, but I do think we want to prove that the prices that they can go a little less and sell more. Add those chasers. We love it. Sheesh, we got Uncle Jeremy in the chat. Let's go. Exactly, right? And he got entered in at the last moment. You can't win, Majin. If you win, yeah. Let's see. Love this soundtrack. Oh, okay. I didn't even see Dan wrote in the private chat. All right. He liked the song. Oh, what did you guys and gals think about the song? What did you think about it? Did you like the song that I made?
Don't even remember. I was probably doing something else. Sorry about it.
It was he was doing, it's probably
I'm
what
super
everyone,
focused on the VeveVerse. Like everything, I'm literally dreaming about it. Too much VeveVerse, man.
Hey, that's all right.
I need a break.
I'm not making money off of the VeveVerse. You are quitting your part-time job to be able to do it is pretty cool. All right, so we've got this hashtag Dan. All right, last chance, everyone. Who's ready? Who's gonna win? Look, there's Ed Feely right there. Good to see you. Oh, whoa. Holy cow. Look at that. So how does that work? Thank you, Free. He just gifted 5 memberships, which means we've now hit our top 10 and more. All right, here. This
Let's
is
go.
for you, Free. Free, I'm gonna have to make you something anyways. He has been the biggest contributor. So I've got to make you something special, not just for this, just because you've been such a big help to the channel and supportive. Here you go, Free. You deserve more than this. We'll get something moving forward. But I do appreciate it. And Free's a really good guy. Thank you for your military service. And how do I know who got the gifts? Who got, oh, Veve Magic got it. Masterroni, you got, so it just randomly gives it out. Is that how that works?
Oh, I got one also. Thank you.
I think you got
I think
it.
it's random. Yeah.
It's just random. A Big A got it, and Tucson. Okay, I see. Tucson got a Big A. Veve Magic, Doctor Strange, Masterroni. Look at that. Thank you, Free. That's awesome. Now, you guys, the grift is real, everyone. The grift is on. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel or whatever we call this. Good luck. Remember, you're going to contact MC. Let's do this. Who's going to win? It's totally going to be Majin. And then I'm going to get pissed. I want Free to get this. I think he kind of deserves it. Mr. V. Holy cow. Now, my rule is you got to be here. I didn't quite say that. But the rule is you got to be here and say something within a minute. Please, God, Mr. V, tell me you're here. Where are you? You keep doing you.
He's there.
Is he here?
Yep.
We got it. You got it. Nice.
Congrats.
All right, now, you know what this means, Mr. V. This means, wow, it's weird. It's not updating on my chat in here. That's weird. Oh, maybe he's on X or something. I don't know. Some things are not showing up on here. Anyways, Mr. Fee, that means that you have to come on here and talk to me one of these days on a drop or whatever. I've been wanting to do that anyways. Let's go. Congrats on that. Mr. V, can you contact... Oh, second win in 3+ years. I was going to say, if you said this week, I was going to give you what I gave Majin, which was, where is it here? This. I'm just going to do this for him now just because he pisses me off. Here it is. Because he won like 15 giveaways last week. All right, cool. I'm glad. But you still have to come on here at some point. But congrats on that. All right, back to the... So, all right. How did that go? That went pretty good. Obviously, it happened 3 hours after I was supposed to come on. But very cool. A great way to start off Star Wars month. I was very happy to have Dan on here. He did not know who Johnny French was. He's heard the name before. I guess that's good enough, right? That's good enough if he's heard Johnny French. Yeah. Now we are waiting. Hold on. Let's see if I can find this here. I should have had this already up. I should have already had it up. We are waiting for this. I'm going to just open it in Google. Screw it. Even if this blows up my stream, everyone, this was confirmed today. Actually, it was confirmed the other day. That's right, everyone. Johnny French is interactive with the X-Wing. This is officially not official. It's literally not official. It's just only in my dreams. Oh, the salty gift. Okay, all right, there's the wife. By the way, there's my lovely wife there. She does not look like a cartoon, though. All right, so we'll do my little salty gift. I'm just a little soft. Okay, here we go. Veve Magic, good to see you. And by the way, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Check out Veve Magic. It's got a lot of great content out of there, and I know we got more to come. So please go check her out. Good to see you, Veve Magic. Thank you. All right, we're gonna do it because the wife asked for it, and I love her. Here we go. I'm not salty about Majin winning. This is for you. Now, of course, that was meant he's number one, not a middle finger. And look at that. Okay, so crazy free. He becomes a member. He buys 5 people a member. You are truly a winner in my eyes. Here you go. Now, of course, you've got to put in all your stupid emojis you get. You only get 3. I should add more. I'm going to add some in here. You have to be on YouTube to see how bad these are. Because you get now, of course, we got Kryptoni. We've got the Cabbage Club. So I've got the cabbages. So don't forget to get your cabbage because we've got giveaways and utility. And you get a stupid O face from me. And what else was it? I don't know. You get stupid stuff. But either way, you got to love it. I need more people to drop Spider-Man number 7, under 3. I'm sure it's coming. The cabbage. You're still up. How did you not die of a heart attack, Masterroni? You said
I'm
like
fine.
13
I'm still there.
By the way, I went to the doctor the other day. This is what happens when you get old. I've never had high blood pressure, and all of a sudden I have high blood pressure. So yeah, it's awesome. He put me on medication, changing my diet though. I do not want to take another pill. No more Vegemite. I'm not going to be eating any more Vegemite. Better get my own jingle now. No, you definitely are going to get a jingle free. You might even get a song just because. Like I said, he's been supporting the channel for a while. Got here late, but made it. What's up, Jamar? Thank you for coming here. Appreciate it. Cabbage heads, stand up. If you're a cabbage head, do hashtag cabbage head. Do you have, you are automatically one if you have the Yasuke moon cabbage. So let us know. Come on, get it in there. Oh, yeah. By the way, do you have the cabbage, Masterroni, or no?
No, I don't know anymore.
Oh, okay. I might have to at another time to get you for all your help on here, get you one for cheap, but you better be fast at sniping. Yeah, because we got to get you. You're good at that or no?
I'm very fast.
Okay, good. All right, so we'll work that out off. We won't do it today, but you got to get in the Cabbage Club. Kryptoni, how long are you running the contest, or is it over? He's literally running a Cash App contest. I think it's $100 total. I think, is it just one, or are you giving out a couple times? I don't know, but you should go and get a cabbage. And then at Decon, we are going to have utility on that also, and I'll probably have some other stuff too. So. Let's see. There's the wife again. No, it's what happens when you spend all your time working on Veve stuff and stress yourself out. She's talking about my blood pressure. There we go. Cabbage. It's probably true. Did the giveaway happen? You did not win. I literally would have broke my desk. Wait. Vegemite. He wants a Vegemite. I definitely want. I mean, seriously, who could not like this? Free, are you a cabbage head? I think you're a cabbage head. I haven't closed the list yet. Do you have a time frame? Just so I know to get this over to Masterroni. I want to make sure he gets it. Let me know. All right, got one. There you go. Mass Omi has one. Oh, okay. Vegemite and cheese. I literally just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Would you try Vegemite and cheese? No. How did that even happen? You know, to me, that's like butterscotch candy and peppermints. Like back in the day, that's all you had. But now we've got, I don't even have my old lady's strawberry candy, but we've got that crap too. Let's see. Veve doing a mass delisting purge right now. I'm at almost 100 notifications. Really? What are they delisting? Do you know what they're delisting? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, they're delisting our stuff on there. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, nice. Vegemite and cheese is a staple. I don't know. Like, that sounds horrible. That sounds not good. But you know, maybe. I was surprised. Dan likes Vegemite. I'm going to be honest. I've only had Vegemite, so I don't know. But I assume they're both just as bad as each other. That damn cabbage you made me wait. Yeah. Do you know the wife paid the full $77 for that? And every time Kryptoni does a giveaway or talks about it, I hear from her. So stop it, Kryptoni. Stop talking about the damn thing. Yeah, that cabbage is definitely not good. All right. I really want to go back to this. And Masterroni, you can leave at any time. I'm sure the wife's going to want me to get off here fairly soon, but I'm going to keep going. We got a good amount of people here. And who knows? I am so close to my 4,000 hours. I got to get it done. I got to get it done. Let's see. Was a baker. I'll put my yeast in a nice sourdough. But would you put it into a gelatinous jar of salt? Look at that. Cabbage and noodles. And Ronnie Lido, thank you also for being a member. I make all my own noodles. That's actually probably a good idea. Very good idea. All right. So out of this, Masterroni, before you go, and of course, stay here as long as you want. Be here until my wife kills me. Which one of these is your favorite? Oh, you're a rope. You just turned it.
That's weird because
You're not on the
back?
Veve. Yeah, you're back. You're back. You are back. Which one is your favorite? I'm sorry, but that's my favorite. You want me to show them again? All right, here's this one. But these are the special edition. Let's be honest. You and I are not getting one. Dan, if you're still listening, who do I have to unlife to get one of these? To get one of the special. This is actually pretty cool too. I'm going to be honest. I don't. Which one are you taking?
Sorry?
Which one of these do you like? Oh, now I hear myself.
Let me connect myself again.
Okay. Because there's nothing I like more than hearing my annoying voice. I got most of mine at 10 to 13. You're talking about the stormtroopers. All right, let's see. It's worth more today than yesterday, thanks to our utility. Hopefully we can sue some people from that burn. The floor is like 19. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Most of mine were 10 to 13. I got a few for a good deal. Yeah, I definitely need these stormtroopers. I'm going to be honest. I really want them all. I'd probably be better just buying the commons in the market. But I'm going to gamble. Maybe I won't gamble 10 because I don't know all the other drops we're going to be getting. I do want to be careful. Maybe I'll do 3 to 5. But out of all
animated?
What was that?
They're all animated?
Oh, are they? I don't know. I don't think they are animated. Yeah, I don't think any of these are animated.
Okay, shame.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But maybe they are. I don't know. Either way, I think it'll be cool. And obviously the secret rare, any of the Star Wars stuff is going to go for a little bit more, especially this month. They'll probably come down a little bit after May. But it looks pretty cool. Let's see. It'll go up the more people hear about the club. Yes, I only have 5, and now I only have 4 because I got to get Masterroni one. Troopers, no cabbage moonflower. Oh, okay. Let's see. My goal is to create enough worth by adding utility and bring it back up to drop price. You will make the wife happy. Then she can sell it. Give me the $77 and then I can throw it back into the utility. They're moving in the vid. Okay, hold on. Let's go. I'm going to not do any sound. Let's go check out the vid. I've actually not watched this. I know Masterroni, you did. All right, let's check this out. I'm going to turn off the sound. All right, let's check this out. I just don't want to get doxed. Now, is that moving? They're really just zooming in, right? I'm not. No, they're not actually. They're just. Corey did some good filming techniques there. Hey, look, for the first drop of Star Wars, other than if you want to count today's comic, good start. Good start. Right price. Now give us that damn Millennium Falcon.
You're going to make some nice profits on this.
Yeah, because you won't be streaming. I'm gonna.
No, Veve is going to make.
Oh, Vive's going to make. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. 18,000 plus a few more. I think there's a total of 19,500.
You're going to sell a lot, and the common probably going to be a couple of gems, and the special edition is going to be expensive. So people are going to go for it.
Yeah, special edition. So I feel like it's worth it to go for it.
What's the odds?
The odds are not good. Where are you, Big A? He's our odds maker here. Not good. At 250, so 18,000 for 750 plus another 750 for the secret rare. So 1,500 out of 18,000. Where's our math teacher? Yeah, I know, right? I thought it would move, or at least because I was told it would move. Let's see. Oh, She actually inspired it. Now the question is, when it reaches drop price, will she sell to get her money back? Yes. That's her hands are paper. Hey, just got here. How was the interview? I'll watch it when the stream ends. It was horrible. Dan said he hated me. He had no clue who I was, and that yeah, no, it went well. It went well. I think it went well. I definitely want to do another one, but not an interview. I really hate interviews because like I want to hang with people. And actually he did a really good job. He really went with the flow. He actually seems like a guy I'd like to hang out with. I don't think he'd say that about me, but I would like to hang out with him. Very cool guy. Yeah, it went well. You got to check it out. And if you get bored, just keep it playing in the background to help me get my damn 4,000 hours. Anyone else, just, go back to a playlist of mine and just play it in the background, get me my hours, and then I'll shut the hell up about it. And the wife will be happy. 8% chance. There you go, Ronnie. Ronnie using, and by the way, Ronnie, I was serious about wanting you to be able to sell your art, even like Brock, having that type of thing. Now I understand they don't just like they wouldn't want me to put a comic out on for Veve because it'd be horrible. They have to vet people, but Ronnie, you're a true artist. So I think it'd be cool that you sell your physical or your digitals on Veve with a physical and auction them off. Maybe you're not going to get 10,000, but you might, especially if it's big. But I bet you make a lot of money. And I'll buy the cheaper stuff. I'll buy the cheaper stuff, but I'd like to do it. Watch and listen to Larry Keane. He was a very friendly interview. Yeah, he was actually a very good interviewer. I completely agree. By the way, if I missed your stuff, it looks like I'm getting stuff from other. I guess my X stuff isn't showing up on here. I'm not quite sure why. Blah, blah, blah. You want to do it. You want to do it. We didn't get anything else, by the way, from Veve, did we? No, it doesn't look like it. I
keep refreshing.
Yeah, I did too. I'm like, wait, I'm not refreshing. I guess we'll have to see. The big news was Dan letting us know the emphasis is on obtaining new users, which is cool. And I really liked his idea of just kind of first of all, you can get into the VeveVerse if you just join Veve. You don't need any collectibles. Of course, I was dumb enough not to have my QR code on here, but really I didn't want to do any marketing while he was on. But in fact, actually, I think it's in the description. So if you are new, you can go into the description and get my link, and you can join Veve for free. 10 gems to go for a drop. Obviously, big enough to go for the Star Wars drop. I will definitely, and I hope anyone who has an affiliate code, please God, make tons of shorts of this so we can get on board. I don't care if they like yours more than mine. I just want to see people. Let's bombard this and let's come up with a hashtag that everyone can put on their videos. That way we can maybe trend and get more people on the Veve. This is our opportunity. And I don't know what else we've got going, but I have a feeling tomorrow we might be getting some bigger information about this. Maybe there's going to be some type of partnership more than just having a collectible. I'm hoping. You bet it's cool. All right. You look like you're about to fall asleep there, Masterroni.
No, I'm good.
Is it one of those scenes where you're like tired, but because you have so much caffeine, you'll never go to sleep?
Probably, yeah.
Probably. That's how it would be for me. All right, everyone. What do we want to talk about since we're still here? And I figured everyone would leave already. By the way, I don't want to stream over anyone else. I think I should pull up Miss Gecko's calendar. I do believe the Real and Common podcast. It's not Real and Common podcast anymore. They've got something coming up. I think it's at 9:00, right? I think it's coming up here soon. So I don't think we're going to run into that because my wife will kill me. And I still got to set up tomorrow's stream. I will be streaming tomorrow. I haven't officially verified it. In fact, I should probably do it while I'm on the stream, but him coming on tomorrow to talk about his video. Did you see that video from Chris Coffey or no?
Yeah, I did today.
Okay, yeah, because he bought his first collectible with Omi and just want to get his perspective from outside. Obviously, he used to be very big with Veve, moved on, doesn't hate Veve, but just have bigger and better projects in his mind that he's working on. And so, yeah, so I want to have and Big A is going to be on too. So we'll get to talk about that and do that. He's a creator. We don't like to talk. Wait, what's going on? I missed it. Sleeping between, I don't know what's going on. Let's see. I was just going to buy 2 Knight Rider kit cars. Both were under 10. I bought one and somebody bought the other one before me. I couldn't get it. There was some the other day for 8 and I should have bought it. Yeah. Can you believe Kit? Kit was 120 and I feel like I bought a really good mint for like $200. Yeah. Yeah, stream with Chris will be cool. Plus, we might get some alpha on the pizza pets too. Love that car. Do you have, by the way, do you have that the car or no? The
Which
one
the
in the
kit?
space. No. The green the Lambo.
If I own it, no. I think
No.
that's the secret, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a secret. It got up to like what 4,000 gems? Yeah, no.
I'm not that rich.
Yeah, I mean that definitely. Kit show is being remade. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Is that why people are buying it? What I hate about it being at 10, over 10, is that I wanted to onboard people to buy it. Oh yeah, they were $8.99. Correct. Oh, what did I miss? What did I miss from my wife? Let's see. I better. What did I miss? Babe, I don't see it. Fairly soon is correct. We have shows to watch. Oh, well, first of all, people are dropping off of here. So obviously I'm becoming very boring like normal. What shows are we watching? What shows do you watch, Masterroni? Because I like shows like My 600-Pound Life. I weigh 5,000 pounds. I watch those to encourage me not to get any fatter. What do you watch?
I watched your show called the VeveVerse. If you ever heard of it.
There you go. He's in there. So you really want that stream board to be able to watch.
And I need to finish. I need to finish this project. Then I'm gonna be more free. But I don't like to let my clients wait. You know what I mean?
You've been doing a good job. And by the way, I should have done more promoting for you. You
No,
should
it's
definitely
fine.
be.
It's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Definitely check out Masterroni. Got really good, accolades from Dan. Just blown away. Like I don't think people understand. So you make things look simple when they're freaking hard, and that is truly good stuff. When you can do that, when you can make people think that it's easy and it's not. Ronnie, many others, but it's weird that my chat. Oh, there we go. All right, this is what we got. Oh yeah, 1,000. Have you seen 1,000-Pound Sisters? Have you seen that?
No, what is that?
It's 2 women that used to weigh 1,000 pounds. Okay, I mean,
That's crazy.
it's crazy, but they lost a lot of weight. They used to be like kind of YouTube stars. They had like over 100,000 followers, and they got pretty good interaction. And then they got this show, and they were big. Tammy was huge, like over 700 pounds, and I really like it when they lose the weight. I don't want them to not lose the weight, but they lost the weight, and they're just crazy. It's a great show. If you have no life, it's a great show. And then we're going to watch this Curious Case of Natalia Grace, of the finale. So we can watch the documentary. It's about this girl who is like, 22, but she looked like a little kid because she had some disease. So it's crazy. I don't know. The Cobra, the wife chooses the stuff. She says, jump. I say, how high? That's how it works. All right. So Free read the comment. Did we get to 40 likes for real? Wow. Dude, I remember we did not get as many viewers as I thought we'd get. Maybe they'll go back and watch it. I remember the days on streams I'd get I could get 100. A hundo. It's coming. It's coming. There you go. Jerry Springer. You would watch Twisted Stuff. Yeah. Richard Bay. Richard Bay was the meanest guy. He would have heavy people come on, and then he'd have like a elephant sound effect. Nobody remembers that show. Jerry. I didn't even realize until recently that he had died. Did you ever watch Jerry Springer?
No.
Good for you. Yeah, I mean, did you have access to our trashy TV shows that we have in America? Probably
I
not.
don't even watch TV, so
Good. Okay, so
I
you
ha-
don't watch. You're like the best part. You don't watch TV. You don't drink, right?
no.
I barely drink, but now I'm not going to drink anymore. At least right now when my blood pressure is high. What do you do besides inject Vegemite into your veins? Which you don't even do that.
Eat broccoli and chicken. Go to the gym.
Okay, broccoli.
I'm a very simple person.
It's
I
starting
just
to
do what I like.
You do what you like. It's starting to sound like you eat like The Rock. Rice, broccoli, and chicken. Is that it?
I've been eating pizzas and stuff recently, but I'm still doing okay.
Yeah, I'd say you're okay. I would say that you could eat a pizza. You could have a party day or night once a week, and
Yeah.
you'd be fine. Yeah, I used to do
Yeah.
that. I used to do the party nights, and I'd eat 10,000 calories. Can't do that anymore. I can't even get past 6,000 if I try it. Really tried that. All right, I am gonna have to get out of soon. I guess I'm weird. I watch YouTube streamers. Actually, I do watch a lot of just YouTube. That's why I pay for the YouTube, because I find the content pretty interesting. Let's see. The TV we talk about is all streaming here. All right, so let's see. The new Daredevil episodes were so freaking good. Never saw the previous season either. Yeah, I need to go watch that too. Definitely have to go watch that. Rice, broccoli, Marvel Mighty. That is the way to do it. Tucson, Natalia Grace is a true story. She has dwarfism. She looks like a kid. It's crazy. And the actress they have in there looks like a kid too. Wow. I can eat and I never got over 5,000. Yeah, no, I used to be able to I do a party night, especially if it was a birthday or something. I'd eat a large pizza, a whole thing of ice cream, and a whole thing of double stuffed Oreos within 6 hours at night. So I did have to spread it out. And then, of course, whatever I had for breakfast and all that stuff, it got pretty high. I can't do it anymore. I've tried. I've actually told people I'm disappointed. I can't do it. This is really boring conversation. Free, you're heading out? All right, see ya. I'm going to head out here soon too. 10,000 is just what a fat person does. Anyone see the new study saying that eating 300 grams of chicken per week increases all cause of mortality? Interesting. I'm actually going to stop eating chicken now. Chicken has a lot of fat in it. Actually, people don't think it does. It is lean, but when you take the percentage of fat to calories, it's actually not as good as you think. I feel like I'm going to be moving more towards a Mediterranean diet. How about you, Masterroni? Or do you like meat?
Nah, I can't live without meat. Always,
Yeah, I can't.
that's the main protein for me. I wouldn't like to go vegetarian or something like that.
Oh, I couldn't do vegetarian. I could do Mediterranean. Like I want to have mostly beans and those types of foods with some fish, once in a while some steak and chicken. I've got to get my diet much better. It's really hard. Can't believe I missed the show. How was it? Tommy, I can't believe you missed it. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I said this earlier. Dan yelled at me and said, "We don't want you talking about Veve ever again." He didn't. It's completely opposite of what he said. Actually, he didn't say anything, but he did say he enjoyed it. It was a good interview.
I just posted my new video, by the way.
Oh, you did? All right,
Yeah.
hold on. Oh, damn it. I'm just going to pull. I'm not going to play it, but I am going to share it before we get out of here. Because I don't care now if I rug my own stream. It's already over. Oh, here it is. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go quote it. My generic let's go. Oh, no. I'm going to put, this deserves more than just let's go. I'm going to put the stupid guy pointing down. Oh, no, I got it. Hold on. I got to do this here. Got to have that. There we go. We'll do the astronaut. I did that before. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to share it in there. Everyone go check this out. This is Masterroni Space. Give him a like on this. Please share it. He deserves it. And I hope, wouldn't that be awesome if Dan brought you on the team? I don't know if that's going to happen. I just think that would be awesome. Let's see. Here you go. Salmon, tofu can't be beat in terms of bang for your buck. Hey, I definitely want to be careful with even how much fish I have, but yes, salmon would be in there. I ate an entire family bag Dorito Cool Ranch today. I have a problem. Child's play, Ronnie Lido. That's just child's play. I could do that in my sleep. I eat at least 5 ounces of chicken per day, and it's usually 5 days a week. Yeah, I mean, look, it is what it is. People ate chicken for hundreds of years. Of course, they only lived to 40. Just keep that in mind. Right? I love it when people say they've been eating this forever, but people forget we lived to like 30 and then we died. It's a lot of salt. All right, plenty of room. Yeah, it is a lot of salt. That's like 5 weeks worth of salt. But I like it too. Let's see. You are too old to worry about fish toxins. No, I think I'm not. I think I got to wait another 15, 20 years. Then I don't have to worry about it. All right. Masterroni, I really appreciate you coming on here. Any final words besides that you lied about your Vegemite experience?
No, thank you for having me. And yeah, that was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, no, dude. I'm glad you were probably as excited as I was. And definitely check out Masterroni's stuff. He's gonna be doing more stuff. We got VeveVerse live on Wednesdays, normal time. So I will see you next week. We'll probably be doing some new stuff, some fun stuff. Appreciate everyone here. Appreciate all the new members. Free for buying the new membership. Ronnie Lido, everyone else. Really appreciate you coming here. I will be on tomorrow. I'm gonna set up the stream tonight. I'll have my blow me segment. And yeah, I am going to do this in case you didn't see it. I'm going to put the Dan Crothers video. And I'll probably put it out either tonight or tomorrow. I'll put it out on Twitter so people can retweet it. But I do appreciate it. Let's see. I also bike 40 miles in 2 hours without stopping. Zero water, though. I would be weird. Yeah, don't do that. Free is a legend, just like you, Kryptoni. Our own in-house Grammy winner. Make your own noodles. That's where we're going to leave this at. Make your own noodles, everyone. All right. Again, thank you, Masterroni. I'm going to head out. Do you want to hang on for 2 seconds afterwards?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to pull us off and do the outro, and then we'll talk. All right. Here we go, everyone. Enjoy. Please hit the like button if you haven't. Share this stream. Let's get this out there. And we'll go from there. All right. Appreciate it, everyone. Here we go. Have a good night.
Yeah, from the blocks to the stocks, coast to coast, Crothers lighting it up. He doing the most. VV on lock, VeveVerse in the sky. Strap in, hold tight, we about to fly. Started from the grind, now we running the globe. Dan Crothers, big boss, heavy hand on the code. Had the brands in his palm, Red Cross, Hasbro. Now it's crypto storms in the blockchain go. Fast whips on the lane, no brakes, no fear. Karaoke night, spitting fire in your ear. Vision so clear, see the future in the rear. VeveVerse built, pioneers cheer. Marvel to the force, now we flipping the script. Star Wars drops, got collectors in the grip. Disney magic in the vault, make a hater slip. Digital dynasty, Dan captain the ship. Dan on a run, never missing his aim. Crypto by the ton while they chasing the fame. VV in the sun, burning hotter than flame. Crothers the one, better lock in the name. VeveVerse calling, it's a brand new state. Show your red drops, flex heavy, no fake. Hang with the squad, break bread, make steaks. Metaverse dreams that a legend creates. Blueprints tight, got the empire stacked. From the garage to the stars, no slipping the track. Blockchain rider, never falling off back. While the old world crumbles, Dan's leading the pack. Full throttle, foot down, never letting it stall. Crothers to the moon, yeah, he answered the call. Revolutions rise when the real ones brawl. VV till the end, got the game in the thrall. Dan on a run, never missing his aim. Crypto by the ton while they chasing the fame. VV in the sun, burning hotter than flame. Crothers the one, better lock in the name.